You ever stop and think about why you brush your teeth every day? I mean, it just feels like something we've always done, right? But what if I told you that for a whole country, it just wasn't a thing? This is the wild story of how one toothpaste basically created a daily habit for millions of people. And in the process, it uncovered this incredible secret about how all our habits actually work.
All right, let's just jump right in, because this is the huge, almost impossible question at the heart of it all. We're talking about more than just a clever marketing trick. This is about rewiring the daily behavior of an entire nation. So, to really get how big of a deal this was, we've got to go back in time. Picture the US in the early 1900s. Lots of new inventions, big changes happening. But dental hygiene? Yeah, that was way behind. It just wasn't something people did.
And when I say uncommon, I mean seriously uncommon. Get this, before all this went down, less than 10% of American homes had toothpaste. Just let that sink in for a second. Over 90% of people just didn't brush. They didn't see the point. So how on earth do you sell something to people who don't even know they're supposed to want it?
Well, that's where a true marketing genius steps in. We're about to meet the guy who took on this insane challenge, and this wasn't his first rodeo. He was already the man behind huge names like Quaker Oats and Goodyear.
His name was Claude Hopkins, and one day a friend comes to him with this new product, a toothpaste called Pepsodent. It was minty, it was foamy, and it made this big promise to give you cleaner, brighter teeth, which, back then, was a pretty bold claim.
But Hopkins, he wasn't so sure. He knew that so many other toothpastes had tried and failed. He saw the huge problem. How do you sell a cure when nobody thinks they're sick? He was so skeptical that he only agreed to do it if he got a cut of the profits. This was a massive, personal bet for him.
So, Hopkins rolls the dice. He starts digging through all these dry, old dental research books, and that's when he finds it. One single word, buried in the text, that would change everything.
That word? Film. He found out that our teeth naturally get this cloudy coating on them, this mucin plaque. In fact, you can probably feel it right now. Just run your tongue over your teeth. See? That's the film. It was something everyone had all the time, and here's the kicker. Nobody was paying any attention to it. Hopkins had found his cue.
And this is where the genius part really comes in. He didn't say, oh, this film is bad for your health. No. He framed it as a beauty problem. He made film sound, well, gross, dingy, something that was keeping you from being attractive and popular. And of course, Pepsodent was the one and only solution. So, did it work? Oh boy, did it work. The results were absolutely insane. Remember that less than 10% number? Well, in just 10 years, that number shot up to over 65%. 65%! Pepsodent went global. Hopkins hadn't just sold a product, he'd literally installed a new daily habit across an entire country. So, what was his secret? Just a really good ad? Not exactly. The crazy thing is, Hopkins didn't even know it at the time, but he had tapped into this incredibly powerful psychological system. It's something scientists today call the habit loop, and it's basically the secret code behind almost everything we do on autopilot. It turns out every single one of our habits, good ones, bad ones, all of them, is built on a simple three-step pattern. You've got the cue, that's the trigger that kicks things off. Then you have the routine, which is the action you take. And finally, the reward, which is the good feeling you get that tells your brain, hey, let's do that again. And if we look at Pepsodent, it fits this model perfectly. The cue, that yucky feeling of film on your teeth. The routine, brushing with Pepsodent, of course. And the reward, that amazing feeling of smooth, clean teeth and seeing a brighter smile in the mirror. Simple, brilliant. And it worked like a charm. But wait, there's one more ingredient, a secret sauce, if you will. Because the cue, routine, and reward, that's enough to get a habit started. But to make it automatic, to make it something your brain actually starts to want, you need something else.
And that secret ingredient is craving. You see, the real magic of Pepsodent wasn't just the clean teeth. It was that cool, tingly, minty feeling it left in your mouth. That sensation became the signal for clean. Pretty soon, people started to miss that tingle when they forgot to brush. They started to crave the feeling itself. And that craving is what locks the habit loop in place and puts it on autopilot.
Okay, so this is a great story from 100 years ago, but why does it matter to us now? Because this isn't just history. It's the blueprint for so much of our modern lives, for countless things we do every single day without even realizing it. This habit loop is everywhere. That little ping your phone makes, that's a cue. The smell of French fries wafting out of a restaurant, that's a cue.
the little jingle a video game plays when you level up, or that satisfying swoosh of a new notification. All of it, every little bit, is designed to trigger a routine and create a craving that keeps you hooked.
Which brings us to a really interesting and maybe a little spooky final thought. Because once you know about the habit loop, you can't unsee it. It's everywhere. And it makes you ask yourself, how many of my daily habits did I actually choose for myself? And how many were designed for me by someone else?